It's the MEC annual meeting. We've got 2,400 leaders and students and their teachers all here. We're really celebrating Mississippi and the great things that happen in our state. We have some wonderful programs, and it's going to be great.
And the home of the brave.
It's Mississippi Economic Council. We're the State Chamber of Commerce. We actually serve as the voice of business. We are supported by members, companies from throughout Mississippi, and the participants of our organization are the folks who work for those companies. It's really, we have wide reach from border to border, from north, south, east, west, across the state, all regions represented. And today's meeting is a chance for all of those people to come together and find out what all is going on across the state, and a chance to network and make connections here at the MEC annual meeting.
Well, we now officially call the 68th annual meeting of the Mississippi Economic Council to order. What a great crowd and what a great celebration of Mississippi. Thank you all for being here today. Well, you know, for over 40 years, MEC has presented the Leadership Mississippi program. It is the second oldest Leadership Mississippi program in the nation, and it's run on a day-to-day basis by Kathy Northington, who does an exceptional job. But every year we have a volunteer chair, and this year's chair has worked tirelessly. Oh my goodness, Edmund Hughes, who for his day job worries about all the HR responsibilities for Ingalls Shipbuilding. Not much of a problem. It's only an employment of about 11 or 12,000 people, about the size of the community of Brookhaven. So, you know, not much responsibility there. But Edmund Hughes found the time to donate his time to be chair of Leadership Mississippi. Let's bring him up and recognize him now. Edmund Hughes of Ingalls Shipbuilding.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Blake, and I want to congratulate you on your leadership of MEC over the years. But I especially want to thank both Blake and Kathy for the opportunity to be the leadership chair. It was a wonderful experience. If you've personally not had the opportunity to go through Leadership Mississippi, I highly recommend it. It gives you a great opportunity to see our state and see all those things that are available within the state, and it will also give you an opportunity to sit back and be proud of everything that happens within the state, and give you an opportunity to help influence those outcomes. So Blake, Kathy, thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
And now for a special welcome, we bring a special friend of the people of Mississippi and the business community. He's an attorney by trade, but by passion, he leads the House of Representatives as the Speaker of the House, and he has to get elected not only to the House of Representatives, but then get elected by the members of the House to be Speaker. He's a great leader. And what makes a great leader? He's a great listener. And he listens to the needs of the people of Mississippi and focuses on initiatives in education, in economic development, and in our overall competitiveness to make our state stronger. Please join me in welcoming the Speaker of the House, the Honorable Philip Gunn.
Well, thank you so much, and good morning to you. It is great to be here today. This is an exciting event for all of us, I think. As a leader in the state of Mississippi, I get excited about all things Mississippi. And one of those things is MEC. I can tell you there's probably not a better cheerleader for the state of Mississippi than the Mississippi Economic Council. I'm very privileged to be asked to come here today and welcome you to this event. This event seems to get bigger and bigger every year. And MEC is the organization that has led out in promoting Mississippi. MEC is the Chamber of Commerce, if you will, for the state of Mississippi. MEC has led in areas of health care, roads and bridges, education. They do their road show every year. They go around the state. They listen to the needs and the wants and the desires of the people of the state of Mississippi. And they sponsor events like Hobnob, like the road show, like the Capitol Day, like the MEC Legislative Scrambler, and this event that we all come to every year and we enjoy so much. I'll tell you, it's things like this that pull us together as Mississippians. It's things like this that help us turn our attentions toward making Mississippi a better place. And we ask ourselves, what do we need to do to make ourselves better, to propel us forward, to make us more prosperous? So I want to commend MEC. I think this is the 68th luncheon that they've had. What a tremendous history. What a great day to celebrate that. So I want to commend them for putting this on, for letting us all be a part of this. I want to thank them for their efforts in putting forward and pushing forward the state of Mississippi and bringing together the business leaders that we see around the room today. And finally, just on a personal note, I want to acknowledge Blake Wilson. I got elected about 14 years ago to the House of Representatives, and ever since then, I can tell you, I have observed Blake. I have watched the way he has led this organization. I've watched his passion. This is a man who didn't grow up here. I grew up here. I got a reason to love Mississippi. This man came in from the outside and has chosen to stay here, and he's chosen to make Mississippi a better place. And I have counted him as a dear friend. I have observed his passion for this organization and for the state of Mississippi. He will be missed, and I want to congratulate him on a career well served here in the state of Mississippi and with MEC. Thank you so much for letting me speak to you here today. I'm glad to see you. I hope to see many of you before the day ends. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and for those positive words. And of course, every year we have a bittersweet time at MEC as we say goodbye to one chair and welcome another. Our current chair of the board is a great volunteer, probably one of the best volunteers I know, and that's Robin Robinson of Sanderson Farms. I will tell you, she's Director of Organizational Development and Corporate Communications there, but her title doesn't really talk about what she does in the community. She serves on many boards. She's been on the Commission of Volunteer Services. She's been on the IHL board and chair of the IHL board. She manages the corporate communications and also the HR for a company with thousands of employees in multiple states, Sanderson Farms. We have the official food of MEC, which you're enjoying today. That would be chicken, okay? Yes. She's a graduate of the University of Southern Mississippi. She started at Sanderson Farms back in 1978, got into her current job in the year 2000. She's from Laurel, Mississippi, and she has just been a great leader to MEC. Let's give her a round of applause, and we'll introduce her more formally in a minute. But Robin Robinson. Robin, and if you'll wait just a second. We'll wait just a minute. And William Yates is our new incoming chair. William is the president and CEO of Yates Construction. I met him first about 15 years ago when he was a younger man and going through our Leadership Mississippi program. His father, Bill Yates, was chair of this organization about the third or fourth year that I was in the job. And he taught this Yankee about Mississippi, and he needed to do that. And I learned a lot from him. And this is the third time we've had a second generation become chair of MEC. The first was Tom Gresham, who followed in the footsteps of Bill Gresham. The second was Jack Reed Jr., who followed in the footsteps of Jack Reed. And now this is the third, William Yates, following the footsteps of Bill Yates. William is one smart guy. He has a Bachelor of Business Administration at Ole Miss, where he serves on the foundation board. He has a Master's in Construction Management from Arizona State. He's been a leader in his industry, chair of the Associated Builders and Contractors here in Mississippi and on the national board over the years. And he lives on the coast in Biloxi with a great family. His wife Tara is here with him today, and he's got two great kids, Abby and Gully. So bring William Yates up to the stage as well. Let's welcome William Yates, the new chair of MEC. And now, let's turn the program over to Robin Robinson, who will help us in this transition. Robin Robinson, the chair of MEC.
Well, hello, everyone. Are you all excited to be here in Jackson today? Yeah, woohoo! Good, good. Well, I'm excited to be in Jackson today with all of you. I want to say a special thank you to Blake for all that you've done for me in MEC and the great year that we've had. We're going to have a special tribute to Blake a little bit later on in the program. But I would like to tell you what a special privilege it's been for me to be involved in MEC. And what a great honor it's been to have been given the opportunity to serve as chair of this great organization. I really enjoy being involved in MEC. And I am so proud of the good work that we do. And you saw some of the good work where we honor our star teachers and star students. I have a deep respect for the commitment of our leaders who work hard each and every year to make Mississippi a better place, to make Mississippi a better place and put Mississippi in the place of greatest opportunity. My year has gone by quickly. I had the chance to travel all across our great state and meet our MEC members. The membership of MEC is the true fabric of our organization. And the volunteer involvement that all of you have, that is the lifeblood that keeps the heartbeat of our state's success beating. I believe in volunteering. And I have been a volunteer all my life. My parents are here with me today. They taught me that it is important to give back through volunteering, and that by giving back, one gets so much more in return. Thank you, Mother and Daddy, for being here today with me. And to my husband, Sam, for his love and support. Whether he was listening to me practicing speeches or driving me around or doing both, he has always been my biggest fan. I'd also like to thank my boss of almost 40 years, Joe Sanderson, for making it a real priority to be involved in the community and especially in MEC. And to my team at Sanderson Farms, would y'all stand up, the folks at Sanderson Farms? Thank you for all of your support. Thank you. I'd like to say a special thank you to William Yates and Dan Rollins and Lex Taylor and Rebecca Wiggs, who served as officers with me this year, to our executive committee, to our board of governors, and all the members and past leaders of MEC. Thank you for what you do for MEC. MEC is the organization it is today because of the thousands of hours of volunteerism by our members over our 68-year history. Each year the agenda is different, but each year the overreaching goal is the same. And that goal is to make our state a better place to live, to work, and to raise a family. Our annual report that I'm sure you found on your table tells the story. But MEC's reach is so broad that it is impossible to relate to you in print or even for me to tell you about it today. But I can tell you one thing. The more that you get involved, the more you will see the true difference that MEC is making in Mississippi, in education, in workforce development, and in our economic competitiveness. My theme this year was Transformation Mississippi, which is what making a difference is all about. Transformative changes to put our great state in the place of greatest opportunity. It is a privilege to have had the opportunity to join others in doing our part to help transform the future of our great state, one effort at a time. And with that focused effort, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, MEC has and will continue to make a real difference in our state. It will make a real difference in the lives of our families, our friends, and our neighbors. Each year at MEC, our leadership changes, and each year brings a renewal to that vision and our focus. Our incoming chair, William Yates, as you heard, is another second-generation leader. He and his family are focused on business and extremely generous to the community. Today, William shoulders the MEC agenda and takes the awesome responsibility for helping partner with leaders of our state in moving Mississippi forward. Please help me make welcome my friend and our leader, MEC Chair for 2017-2018, William Yates.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. I am excited to be here and what's ahead of us at MEC. But the first thing I want to do is thank Robin for her service this past year. She has been truly exceptional. And I have to tell you, this is no surprise because Robin has been doing this for MEC for 30 years, both as a volunteer and as a leader. Her contributions have been significant. She's been chair of MEC. She's been chair of the Swayze Foundation. She's been chair of Leadership Mississippi. She's done it all. I could go on and on. But I want her to know that we recognize her contributions have been significant and they have been very much appreciated. On behalf of the entire MEC team and in recognition of all of her great contributions, we would like to present to her this specially framed representation of her time here at MEC, especially this past year as chair. And also we have a special gift from what I understand to be one of her favorite jewelers. And we hope she wears it often and remembers all the many friends that she has made at MEC and will continue to have at MEC over the years. For their commitment to MEC and their fantastic, long-lasting commitment to the state of Mississippi. One more round of applause for Robin. Now you heard I'm second generation in this position, and about 15 years ago, my father gave this exact same speech as incoming chair, more or less. Now at that time, 15 years ago, I was totally focused into trying to learn our family business. We're in the construction business. I was in the details. I was in the in and outs, doing everything I could possibly do. And I was sure I would have it all figured out in no time. Now, needless to say, I still learn every day. But one of the things I did learn, one of the lessons my dad gave me early on, was that MEC needed to be an organization that I got involved in. And I asked him why. I said, why MEC? There are all these other good organizations. He said this, MEC is an organization that can truly make a difference in our state. It's worth your time and effort. And I took that advice. And about the same time, I was fortunate enough to go through Leadership Mississippi. That's an MEC program. And I saw firsthand how MEC could drive the discussion about economic opportunity and about creating jobs for Mississippians. And I also saw a recipe for success, a very interesting recipe, but a simple recipe. It's something we still use today, and it's this: bringing private sector leaders together from across the entire state, based on a long-term strategic agenda based on data-driven research and data-driven results. Now, the key components in this recipe are two things: data-driven research, independent research, and bringing people together, not from one part of the state or another part of the state, but from the entire state, to work with our leadership on the Capitol to try to make a difference and to move Mississippi forward. Now, our playbook at MEC is something we call Blueprint Mississippi. And Blueprint Mississippi is a long-term strategic plan based on not opinions of MEC leadership or MEC membership, but again, based on independent, data-driven research that's been verified and validated as to ways to actually make a difference in our state. Now, just like any plan, in order to be successful and execute a plan, whether it's the private sector or the public sector, you need a few important ingredients. You need vision. You need passion. You need commitment. You need discipline. And that combined approach is something that MEC does very, very well. Our hallmark at MEC is taking this independent research and then translating it into something such as initiatives that are based on discipline, that are based on facts, and initiatives that we can get behind as an organization to make a difference. In my role as chair this next year, I will be focused on building on the foundation that so many of our past chairs have established before me, and more importantly, has been established by the literally thousands and thousands of volunteers who have served MEC over the decades. In particular, this year, I'm excited about taking our blueprint plan and really narrowing it down and focusing on a few specific issues that can really make a difference and can really move the needle. Now, as leaders in our state, both private sector, public sector, we don't always have to agree on all the issues all the time. But please know this about MEC. Our mission is to get the issue right and to focus on our economy so that our businesses can grow and jobs can be created for Mississippians. I have to say, on a personal note, I really believe MEC is a fantastic organization. The advice my dad gave me 15 years ago was right on target. And I'm honored to be your chair. Truly am honored. We have a fantastic staff, great staff. We have a very engaged and smart board. And I just want to thank both of those groups for their commitment and their leadership to MEC and their leadership and commitment to the state of Mississippi. But I have a very special thanks this morning, a couple that I'd like to recognize. First is my wife, Tara, my 21-year partner and supporter. I'd like her to stand up and be recognized. I'd also like to recognize my mom and dad, Nancy and Bill Yates, who have been great mentors and great supporters. Please stand up and be recognized. And lastly, and considering those other two groups, maybe leastly, but my colleagues at Yates Construction for their integrity and their passion and their commitment and their support. I work with the best people in the entire world. You guys stand up and be recognized as well. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you for your support of MEC. It's meaningful, it makes a difference. And thank you for the support, your support for the state of Mississippi. Thank you very much. We're going to build on the foundation laid before us of all the great chairs. Literally thousands of members of MEC over the years have given great service, and we have a great organization. We want to continue to change in changing times, understand what the landscape is out there for the business community, what concerns them, what issues we can help with. But basically our goal is to try to create an environment where businesses can grow and jobs can be created.
My message to the business community is that MEC is a fantastic organization. We are a volunteer organization. We work on economic competitiveness, workforce development, and our goal is to make Mississippi a better place.
Infrastructure is a big issue, and we're focused on trying to work with the leadership at the Capitol to try to find a solution so that we can reinvest in this great asset we have, our infrastructure system, so that we'll continue to have a great system going forward that will help support commerce across the state.
Today we just celebrated MEC and all the positive stuff that it does for the state of Mississippi. You know, I began to think back to all the things that they do throughout the year. They bring business community to the Capitol. They have legislative scramblers every week during the session. They do the road show. They have this annual convention. They do the Hobnob event, and they're just really pro-Mississippi. And so today I congratulated them. I think this is their 68th annual luncheon, and it was just a good day to come and talk about Mississippi and all the good things that are going on. They had some good events here today with McAnally and the Napiers, so it was just a good day to celebrate Mississippi and what MEC is doing.
Well, obviously we're going to continue to work with the business community to create a business-friendly environment. What we were trying to do is make Mississippi the best place in America to invest capital and create jobs. Now we have a political philosophy that says government does not create jobs. Government's role is to create an environment which encourages these business leaders in their businesses to invest capital and create jobs. The more jobs we have, the more taxpayers we have. And those who are earning more are good for our communities, good for themselves, and ultimately good for the safety net as well.
The value of MEC membership is just absolutely unbelievable. We have over 11,000 members across our state, and each member is able to volunteer in areas they're most interested in, anywhere from economic development to our Star Student program. So it's a variety of programs.